Alright, everyone, welcome to today's recap. I hope you all are doing well and staying blessed. If you guys are new here, my name is Jeremiah. I'm a day trader. I trade small cap stocks, momentum, and breakouts. I stream every single day, Monday through Friday, 7 a.m. to 10 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, and I upload my recaps after every trading session, regardless of whether I'm red or green. Today is a green day on the main account, but it's a red day on the sim account. So what I've started doing is one trade a day on the main account with one share and just as many trades as I want on the simulator because I want to get experience. But anyways, let's jump right into this recap so I can show you guys my trades here. My first trade was on SWVL. So this stock is a technology stock with a float of 5.5 million shares, and obviously was currently priced when I took my trade at $3.3. It did have news. It was a new 5-year contract of up to 5.5 million in the UAE, its fastest growing market, following 5x growth in 2025. So I thought that was good. I thought that was pretty good. It is a Arab Emirates company, so not US, but I didn't really pay attention to that as much. Um, I wanted to wait for a 1 minute pullback, but I changed my mind and decided to go for the 10-second setup here since this looked pretty good on the 10-second. Now it was extended, and I realized that after I hopped in. This was on the simulator, so this didn't matter as much. But I thought that was a pretty good setup on the 10-second. It just didn't work. It was extended on the 1 minute, so I should have realistically waited for a real 1 minute pullback, especially since it was so far off the 9 EMA. And I said 10 cents and I'm selling it. So I did that, only a $5 loss. And this was in the simulator. So once again, no big deal. And not long after, we saw a false breakout on the 1 minute and a jackknife down. I do want to mention that I did previously say in the stream that I was not going to trade this because it seemed super thickly traded and we were seeing a lot of choppiness, as you can see on the 5 minute, but also on the 1 minute we saw a bunch of choppiness. But I thought it started to pull away here. We got above this resistance level, which was a daily level, and so I thought maybe, just maybe, we'll have a good trade here, but that's not what happened. Honestly, just started over trading, so this was not long after that trade. I was like, you know what, I'll take a trade on ELPW right above the 200 EMA on the 1 minute, which is not good because it's below VWAP and obviously had been selling off the whole day. I also didn't look at the spreads, which were 50 cents, um, as I was looking at them, but I also saw a 20,000 share bidder, which was good, but not good enough because it was already, that was like 50 cents away, so it didn't really matter. So that ended up being a bigger loss. I have to, for the simulator, I have to exit on the bid, otherwise, like for some reason the ask does not work. So I have to sell on the bid regardless of whether I'm selling into strength or I'm selling as it's dropping. ELPW has a flow of 1.15 million shares. Its sector is industrial, and it is currently down 90% from the close, which is pretty remarkable. It was selling off though, so it's not really a surprise. Oh, it was actually down when I traded it. So pre-market it was down 72%, but it had been up 3,000% earlier. Or I don't know, 3,000% the day before. I don't know. I'll have to look into that. But a Chinese company though, so that's not good. And it didn't have news that I can see. Oh wait, nope, it did. But that was at 9:40, which I had the news. This I'm trading it much before 9:40, as you can see. The next trade I took was on SXTP. This is a healthcare stock, and it has a float of 1 million shares. The relative volume today was 17%, which is pretty much nothing, and that does not fall under the one of the five pillars of stock selection. So, anyways, it was, I suppose, a break through the high of day. I'm guessing, I don't know. Yeah, it was a break through the high of day. It kind of was just sort of revenge trading, if I'm being honest with you guys. Um, Obviously, I'm in a simulator, so it doesn't have any effects on me financially, or maybe as much emotionally either. But I don't know. Even still, like just losing, I get emotional. I feel like it's at this amount of money, I don't even like it doesn't phase me. It's more so the losing. Maybe a hit to my ego. I don't know. I have to fix it though. In any case, this one was a loser. Or nope, maybe not, maybe not. That was a small winner for 10 cents. So not bad, but just a drop in the water compared to what I've lost today or so far. So I hop back in here. This one I think was a dip trade, but I did actually get a good fill on that, to be honest. Or maybe did I? I don't even know. Only being able to sell in the bid kind of sucked since, see, look, I tried to sell in the ask there, and it just took like a minute. Not a minute, obviously, but it took way too long to execute that. Anyways, on the regular account, it would have just been instantly filled like that with 100 shares. And then I continue to try to sell, and then it doesn't work. And then that brings me down to $99 on the simulator. So this is my next trade. It was on Fuse. This stock did have news. I don't remember exactly what the news was, but it has a float of 15 million shares. The relative volume was 500,000%. So 5,000 times what it normally is, which is pretty good. Actually, really good. So it was pretty obvious in that way. I don't know why the news is not showing up. Okay, so it was Fuse Machines and IBM Platinum Partner Module AI, or I don't know what that says. Announced strategic partnership to deliver enterprise AI solutions powered by Fuse Machines AI Studio. So I suppose that's good for them, and it was obviously pretty well received. Um, I don't think I won on this trade, to be honest with you guys. Um, but let's see. See that ask just like it's delayed to send the order out, and then when I cancel the order, it's also delayed. So it's just a hassle. So I just hit the bid as much as I can with the simulator. I don't think yeah, so I'm gonna take one trade a day on the main account, and then I'll just trade the rest in the simulator. But I'll be selling on the bid. So I took another trade here. First candle to make a new high. This looked like a really good setup. Sold for a little bit of profit there. Once again, not a whole lot of profit compared to what I've lost on the day, but took another trade here as it starts to pull away. We're kind of looking at 262 since that was the high of day. That was a small trade since I had to hit the bid, but still some profit nonetheless. So another trade here. This one really, there was no real entry other than the continuation and candle over candle, but or the anticipation for candle over candle. Obviously, that did not work. And at this point, I started to feel like, you know what, my wins are being outweighed by losses. So I felt the risk was just, not there today. It didn't make much sense for me to keep trading. But at this point, I also said, you know what, I'm going to take as many trades as I can in the simulator because I feel like I need to just get more experience. So I did take another entry here on Fuse. Um, it was a small dip and then a pop there, 10-second setup. So a nice trade there. Then I jumped back in. I guess I realized it was right near the high of day and we were about to break it, so I jumped back in. Sort of an iffy entry, um, but a green trade nonetheless. Okay, this is a trade I never take, but I was like, you know what? I'm in the simulator, so I took it. It's a dip trade as it's dipping down, and it's a shooting star candle. I should have just waited for it to drop the view app if I wanted to, but I don't even think it were. I mean, sorry, not view app, off the 9 EMA. But I didn't wait for that, and I was just sitting in the red. Okay, not at this point when I was at 53, but other than that, it's pretty much. Oh, I think I sold that for a small winner actually. My apologies. My apologies. But I usually do not take that trade. That's true. So this stock AQST has a flow of 111 million shares. I don't know why I traded it. Actually, I do. I saw somebody else trade it and make money on it while I was losing in the simulator, so I got FOMO and I just jumped in. And thankfully suffered no real losses for that, but obviously in the simulator I did. I just jumped in at the high. Like there was no entry there. So I think I took a trade around here on Fuse again. So it was right here. First candle to make a new high on the 1 minute. Jumped in with 100 shares. Slightly up. We haven't seen like much follow through in the recent days, but so I mean this is not surprising to be honest with you guys. So a 1 cent loser on that one. So I reset the account balance because I was like, you know what, bro? I just want to, I don't know, take better quality setups. I was honestly kind of just messing around to be completely honest with you guys. Took a trade here. Once again, buying right near the high of day, which this one is a flat top breakout, or yeah, I guess it would be a flat top breakout, but it was the break through the high of day right there. So unfortunately, I got filled with the bid there because I sort of have to sell at the bid. Anyways, all right, so I took another trade here. This was a dip and rip setup, but obviously didn't rip. It just ripped it the wrong way. And yeah, freaking flush like that. But once again, I think this was another stock that was super choppy earlier, and I told myself I wasn't gonna trade it, but I did. And so we saw this huge sell off here and here. So I mean, this should not have come as a surprise either. I was kind of just deceived by this huge leg up here. So this is the one trade I took in the main account, or the live account, whatever you want to call it. Saw this pulling away here at the open. And I'm thinking, okay, I was looking at the breakthrough 60 and I didn't enter there, so I was like, okay, well, I can still get in. And I sold it a little bit lower than I could have, but it's okay. Green is good. So that was my one trade, one share, and 5 cents. So that's it for today's recap. I hope you all enjoyed and found this valuable in some way. If you guys did, I hope you guys subscribe, hit that like button. And with that, I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.